this is Sabrina, and I'm going to be doing another printable kit, how to use it. And once again, I'm going to do 3 projects with it, 3 different formats to show you how to use this one printable kit. So from Mandy Ford again, and this is Seek the Light. There is 2 sheets of pattern paper, a very fun, vibrant color scheme for going into summer. So you have the wood grain blue, some leaves, and then this one with the moths. And then you have something that's a little different. You have these cards. I believe they are 3x3, and they are really fun, great affirmations. And then you have 2 cutouts with lots of great things on them. You have hands and a vase with flowers in it, more moths, stars. And then this one has more of the nature kind of feel with it, with the mushrooms, the leaves, and then the snails. So beautiful kit, and I'm excited to use it. Let me tell you the projects that I am going to use with it. Once again, I'm going to make a journaling page. I am going to go all the way to June, and I'm gonna make my spread for the first week in June. Also wanted to share that Hello Happy, I did a how-to video for that, and I just used some more of that kit, like a piece of this paper and some pieces here, some die cuts I hadn't used. So I think this is my 4th project with this kit, so it is really, really versatile. I'm gonna make a journal page in here. I'm gonna make another Thursday 3 page because I saw the orange in my shirt, or the orange red in my shirt, and I knew I could use the moths and one of the pattern papers. And then, the last one, I really wanted to make some sort of scene at the bottom of my page, and I was trying to think what kind of layout could I do for that. And then I remembered that I had printed these super tiny pictures for pieces of me. I'm doing a traveler's notebook using the kit from Ali Edwards for my pieces of me, but I wanted to also include it in my storyline chapters. So that's why I made them very small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these up here in the middle, and then down at the bottom I can make the scene. I also took some of the affirmation cards and I printed them really small, like almost 2x2, and then I can use those, and I can just make a whole design with my pieces of me. So that is the 3 projects, and I am excited to get started on those, and I'm gonna get out the rest of the things that I need, and I'll switch to voiceover. Okay, the first project I'm going to start with is the Thursday 3. I love that red pattern paper, so I'm going to figure out a way to use that. I start with it on the left side, but eventually I'm going to split it. And then I'm going to use one of those affirmation cards and put it up at the top left. And I also have that yellow flower. I'm going to use that to cover up my arm a little bit, so that way you can't really tell that I was holding out the camera. And then above the flower, I'm going to put the mushrooms, and then in the center of the flower, I'm going to put one of those moths. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure those are moths. And so I'm going to put that in the center as well. And then I will just go from there. So this is where I decided to cut the red paper in half and then tear it. So I'll have a big portion on the top left and then a big portion on the bottom right. So I really liked how that created some visual interest and also split up the paper. I have the affirmation card up towards the top of the left. That way I can make my own journaling card with my Everyday Explorers stamps. So I tore that one. I'm going to take all the stuff off, and then I can put the paper down and then put my photo down and then start to build it. Crumpled up that paper flower because you know I love to do that for dimension and a little bit of texture. I guess it makes it look a little more real. Finishing up with the cutting of this moth, I'll pop dot it in the center, and then I have another one. And then I will build my 3x4 currently card. I took the other pink leaf and I'm going to make a little border at the top with little pieces of the pink flower, and then I'll just save what I don't use. I stamped currently in orange and then I decided to fussy cut it out. I didn't want to stamp it on the actual card and it make it a little flat, so I went ahead and I just pop dotted it. I also got out my Everyday Explorers Everyday Greenery stamp set, and I decided to use that. I thought it would be a perfect addition, and it was. I love it. It helped me add some movement and just a little bit of extra that I needed. I also took the Everyday Explorers prompts and I stamped a bunch of them in yellow and red and just rotated 2 red, 2 yellow. And you know, I didn't get the prompts straight, but it really doesn't matter. So I got the card built, and now I'm going to go back to the spread and finish adding in some stars and a moth, and then adding in a few more of the greenery stamping, and I just love it. This color scheme is definitely one of my favorites: red, orange, and yellow. Stamped right now above my head for the title, and that way I have 2 big phrases. All right, so this project did not start out the way I wanted. I had these tiny photos like I mentioned in my intro, but somehow when I went to go measure them out like I did just now, they were not gonna work. It was gonna have to be like 3 rows, and I didn't want 3 rows. I wanted just 2. So I fussy cut out a few different pieces that I want to add to the bottom kind of while I thought about what I was going to do. And eventually I just decided, you know what, I'm going to have to cut these photos down. So I get out my big trimmer and I cut them down. I don't even know what I did. I moved the pictures over 2 lines, and then I just cut that. And I think I wound up having to cut them a second time, but I didn't want to include that in the video. It's not very exciting to see me cut the pictures, but I had to cut them and make sure that they would fit. So it was quite a journey to get these photos to fit. I was determined though, because I really wanted, like I said, 2 rows, and then in the middle, my title, and then at the bottom, my little scene. So I was going to do it. I was determined, and I finally got it. So I've got the photos down, and now I can start to build my scene. I'm going to use the red mushroom and then the blue-green one, and then I wanted something for the blue-green mushroom to rest on and sit a little higher, so that's what I got. I got some pieces cut out. Also going to use this Crafty Jen Schow stamp set to stamp out pieces of me. It's my new alphabet stamp set, so I had to try it, and I absolutely love it. It's such a cool font. I just love it. And then after that, I can continue on with building my spread. So I'm going to put down that blue wood grain to give the foundation for my entire scene, and then I'll put the red there, the red mushroom, and then one of the small affirmation cards, trim off the extra wood grain that I don't need, and then continue on with the building. I have another small affirmation on the far left, and then there wound up being a little gap between the blue-green mushroom and the small affirmation card, so I'm going to fill that in with some red paper. Also took one of the leftover leaves and used it up by the title, and I just put a yellow moth right there as well. And so I really like how that added a little another point of visual interest. Also going to add in a little border strip of moths up there by the pieces of me, and then cut out some stars as well to add, and just keep having fun with this layout. This was such a fun layout with lots of different things on it and lots of things going on, and I just really, really love it because, like I said in the intro, I'm doing a traveler's notebook for this project in more depth, but I still wanted some of it documented in my personal album. So I am going to take this paper right here and cut apart some blue leaves because I needed those to kind of finish the spread, and I felt like it needed more blue leaves. So I tuck one in up by the title, and then I tuck 2 in down at the bottom to kind of finish up the spread and balance everything out. And then I can move on to the third project, which is my journal. So the last kit that Mandy had, I think it had some hands in it, and I shied away from those. This time I was not going to shy away from them. I decided to use the hands, and I'm going to put one on the left and one on the right. And I'm super excited to try something kind of out of the box because like I said, I don't go for hands in my journaling, but I loved them. They're beautiful, and I had to try them. So I'm going to do left and right, and then I'm going to get out my date stamps from Everyday Explorers, and I kind of laid them out to see if I would have enough room, and I do. And so I am going to stamp those in just a little bit. Right now I'm cutting out some of the stars, and then I also took that leaf paper again, and I'm going to use that for a border. I wanted to use one of the affirmations, but it was going to be too big, so I decided to just cut out the affirmation as single words, and I really love how that turned out. That was really cool idea that I had. And then just putting down that leaf pattern now. You know I love a good border strip to connect the two pages. It just works perfect. So I'm piecing together 3 different pieces to make it all the way across, and then I will adhere down all the affirmation words. Right now I'm just stamping the days, and Thursday I did a different color because that's my birthday, or it was my birthday, and had to make sure I lined them up right. And so I'm just gonna finish up stamping, and then I can add some stars, little stamped stars. Okay, so this is where I did the adhering of the affirmation words. Final little touch, like I said, is going to be the little stars and the days of the week. I started with my birthday because I knew that day of the week, and then I worked my way around from there. Star stamping, and then I will be done. And you guys, that's 3 projects with 1 printable kit. So I hope this gave you some great ideas on how to use printables. I know it was a longer video, but I appreciate you sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye!